Hey, it's Blueski. I'm back. So I'm getting ready to upload my second video, and it's going to be a story. And the name of this story is entitled Strip Club Coin Star. I know you're probably saying, what is, just listen. All right. So this was probably back in 2007, 2008-ish. I'm not the strip club person. I can count on 3 fingers how many times I've been to a strip club, and it was against my will. So this one particular time, my cousin called me. I was home kind of cleaning up, my place a little bit, getting rid of some old clothes and things like that. And he was like, hey, let's hang out, man. And I was like, all right. So during my cleanup of my place at that time, I keep all of my coins, like quarters and stuff like that, loose change, in a little piggy bank. So it was my intentions to go to Coinstar that day, but I never made it because my cousin came and picked me up and I was hanging out with them. Now, man, I had a great time today. We were cousin bonding and stuff, went to a restaurant, had a couple of drinks, just riding around town and stuff like this. And it was some of his friends that accompanied us also. I really didn't know them that well, but he's a pretty good judge of character. So yeah, so it was all cool. So all of a sudden, this is probably like 8 o'clock at night. They was like, hey man, y'all want to go to a strip club? You know me as the white guy in the group, where I was like, I probably should get home and read a book. So he was like, nah man, you come to a strip club. This was my first time going to a strip club of 3. The 2 other times were after this time. So I didn't know what to expect besides from watching real sex on HBO, stuff like that. And hearing stories from my friends at the time who frequently and faithfully frequent the strip clubs. So I was like, okay, I'll go. So this one particular strip club in my city, I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to keep it respectful. Let's just say it's not the cleanest. And immediately when I walked in, I contracted crabs. And I was like, crap. So anyway, we in the strip club, and I'm just looking around at the quality of strippers. And I was like, they look way different from the strippers I see on HBO. Like, the strippers on HBO, they're like, I guess compared to the strippers in the strip club that I was at, the strippers on HBO are probably professional strippers, because the strippers at this club, they were not height weight proportionate. They didn't look the cleanest. And I found it a little weird but amusing that all of the strippers had tiger stripes on their stomachs. Some are on their bikes, but hey, I'm not judging. So at this particular club, which is located on Main Street, if you know what I'm talking about, just laugh along with me. There's a drink minimum, and there's a tip minimum, meaning you have to purchase a drink and you have to tip the strippers. So I was like, okay, I can buy, well, my cousin bought me a drink, but I don't have any money to tip, because if I don't have any money to tip, I got to go sit outside, and I didn't drive my car, and I wasn't going to walk to my mom's house, which was around the corner, and be like, why are you walking? And the only thing I can, knowing my mom, she'd probably say, are you hooking? No, I was just with somebody else, and I didn't like the environment, and I made the conscious decision to come home, because I was raised with morals. So I didn't do that. So I was like, well, ding, 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 light bulb went off. I was like, I have some money. Let me go out to the car and I'll be right back in. Went out to the car, and what prompted me to go out to the car to get the money is that I neglected that I never did make it to Coinstar. So I had $10 worth of quarters rolled up in the little paper thing. So I came back in the club. I'm like, I'm feeling myself. I'm like, okay, this is, it's not bad. I'm becoming a man. This is one of the many tasks to becoming a man in my mind. So they started playing this song, and then I guess they have something what they call I can't even think of the word, but it's, I don't know, but it was like woo woo woo, all the music and lights and stuff going off, and all the strippers, they run into the club, to the stage, and it's like multiple not the best shaped strippers all on the stage at the same time, and then you got all of the patrons, such as myself, looking, and some are rushing up to the stage like they've never seen tiger stripes before. I have, but they've been on pregnant women. But that's another story. So I guess it's like, I can't even think of the word to the main event. We'll just call it that. So the strippers up there, they dancing and stuff, and I smell this odor. So I'm just thinking, well, maybe it's the floor, because it's one way in, one way out. So the air from the outside, it goes in past security, go by the bar, go through the where the patrons are at, at the tables and stuff, go back through the strip clubs where the strippers are getting dressed, and go back up to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The legal rooms where they do the rest of their extracurricular activities, and then it comes back out, and then it goes back out the door. By that time, the air is no good. So, and think about it. The people that's outside the strip club, we're being exposed to this, and I'm thinking, maybe this is aiding to cancer or something, unclean air or something like that hasn't been filtered. So anyway, I was like, okay, I saw my cousins, they had dollar bills and stuff. Like, I'm like, dude, where you get all these $1 bills from? Like, this thick. So, they're going like this, making it shower or rain. Look, I told you guys I'm white. I'm just dirty. So I'm not with all the slang. So I couldn't do that, because you can't do that with coins. So I started to toss the quarters up on the stage. So I'm like this here. I wasn't throwing them, I wasn't throwing them like darts or anything. Quarters are heavy. And I had a couple of Susan B. Anthony's too. So those are like legendary coins. The coin collectors, you know what that means. When your grandma had those $2 bills of Susan B. Anthony's, the $50 bills and stuff, coins, she'd give it to the grandkids, keep this. And you wind up spending on something. So I was tossing up on the stage, and I was like, the first stripper I tossed a quarter to, she stepped back and she was appalled. And I was like, did I do something wrong? What? So she walked off further. So the strippers, they were like, even though they were in a single line on stage, they were moving down the stage like on a conveyor belt at a factory. So when the next stripper came up, I was like, well, maybe she got offended because I only threw one quarter up there. And I get it. 25 cents. Come on. So I was like, okay, let me do $2. So that's 8 quarters. So I was tossing them. Sometimes I was tossing 2 at a time, and they were landing on the stage, and she got offended. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I neglected to look over to my right at my cousin and his friends. They're laughing at me, but they're not telling me what they're laughing at. So I'm just thinking, hey, I'm doing something, coming in here with some quarters. I done changed the game up in my black voice. So the next stripper came. She looked like a leopard. That's how many tiger stripes, stretch marks she had on her. But no judgments. So I started tossing the quarters, and she got mad, but she I would probably say that she was the leader of the pack. She was the alpha female, because she became very verbally abusive towards me. And I'm thinking maybe they're going to call me up on stage and give me some type of lap dance or something. But if that is the case, hopefully they can put a piece of plastic over me, because I didn't want to catch anything. So that wasn't the case. To my surprise, she yelled for this security guard, and this dude looked like Debo from Friday. So he started walking over towards me, and then I look over to my right. I didn't see my cousin or his friends. They just dissipated in the crowd. So, I'm looking around, okay, white man in the strip club, majority black. I'm not used to this. What do? You know how you get that pre-diarrhea feeling in your stomach, and it feels like you just can't hold it in, but you just squeezing your butt cheeks together to hold it in. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pooped in my pants a little bit, but it was okay because I didn't want those underwear anyway. So he comes over, he was like, "Hey, ninja, you can't be throwing money up there." And I'm like, here's the white side of me coming out. I'm like, well, why not? It was like, you got to throw dollar bills. You got to throw money. So I'm looking a little confused. I'm like, this is American currency. This is money. What's the problem? You got to throw American money up there. So I said, excuse me, sir. He had security on his shirt, so I'm assuming he was on payroll legally. This is American currency. This quarters right here is American money. He's like, you gotta go throw American money up there. And I said, but this is American money. I'm getting scared because now it's like a whole bunch of patrons, they're kind of circling around me like a horseshoe. Can't find my cousin, can't find his friends. So I'm like, sir, let's talk about this. I didn't mean no disrespect. I'm throwing money on the stage. Is there something that I'm not comprehending? Am I missing something? Because I like to rectify the situation. I don't want any problems. Back then, I was, in my early 20s, I was a little skinnier back then. I looked a little malnourished, but I looked decent, but just real skinny. So I can't take on, the rest of these guys in here, So I'm like, he was like, you got to throw dollar bills up there. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just thought you can throw any type of money. Because to me, I'm thinking in the back of my head, look, money is money. Look, I know it's probably more effective to use the dollar bills, the paper bills, because you can fold them up, put them in your bra, stick them down in your vajayjay, holster them on your sides with the garter belts or the little lace strings the women have around their legs like they're getting married, but they're not. So I said, okay, I can see where you're going because I took an introspective look at the situation. I said, do you have a ATM machine? He was like, yeah, there's one over there in the corner. So I went and I looked at the ATM machine. It looked dilapidated. It didn't look structurally sound. And I was just thinking maybe there's a man in there that's going to take my card, put it on one of those old-fashioned credit card things that they used to roll, and the credit card information, the print would be on the paper. So that's what I was thinking. And I was like, nah, I don't feel comfortable using that. So he was like, well, you got to get out of here. And you can't be throwing coins and stuff on the stage. So meanwhile, back on the stage, the aggressive stripper, female alpha, she out there, that ninja hit me with a quarter. I don't take that. I don't take disrespect. He don't know me. And I'm like, calm down. I didn't mean anything by it. Look at me in my Puss in Boots face. I didn't mean anything by it. So she was like, get him out of here, security. So they come rough me up. Remind you, like, he wrapped his whole hand around my arm. That's just how skinny I was back at the time. I was eating good, but I watched what I ate. So all of a sudden, this mob of people, like the patrons, I didn't know these people. I thought we were collectively as one. We're throwing money at the stage at the strippers. So why y'all chasing me like the Salem witch trials? Like they were going to hang me out in the parking lot and burn me to death because I'm a warlock or something. So my lawyer instincts kicked in, and I'm like, dude, you cannot put your hands on me. And that didn't go over so well. So next thing I know, I'm getting pushed out the club. I'm on the ground, like I just slid into home base. And remind you, I had like a white t-shirt on and some jeans, and it was a little dirty. I had a little hole right here, and where my shoulder hit the ground, it was like a little scratch of skin abrasion. So I wasn't able to salvage the shirt. So unfortunately, I had to throw that away. So that was a waste of $7 and probably 20-something cents from Walmart. So the moral of the story is, Oh, but before the moral of the story, I'm trying to call for my cousin because I didn't have a cell phone at the time. So I was like, hey, my cousin in there, he's got the big head. Could you tell him his other cousin out here, I need to go? And he was like, yeah, blood, young blood. What you want me to tell him, blood? Yeah, I think I know him. He come here all the time. What you want me to tell him? I was like, could you tell him they're about to kick my ass out here and I really need to go. I don't have a ride. It's really urgent. He went in, never came back out, didn't see my cousin. So I walked home. On my way home, I had to formulate a story that I was going to tell my mom. So I just told her that I was going through some things and I need to walk to clear my head. So she believed it, and that was that. So the moral of the story is, do not toss coins at the strip clubs. Paper bills. That's it.